I just look so shocked there. Sorry, I caught my face. Hello. Says we're live. I'm hoping we're live. I'm just going to do those checks that I have to do every time I am told I'm live by this software, and just make sure it hasn't shown up in the Facebook group as like a listing or anything. Okay, there's my face. That's good. That's good. And let's check YouTube. That is great. So I just want to thank you for joining me if you're watching the replay, because I think if you just start watching live, you can jump in. Okay, I'm live there as well. Great. Okay, it is working, and I am just going to keep Facebook open just in case anybody comments and I am unable to see their name. I'm excited. So I know I'm talking into the void at the moment, but Lisa had a brilliant idea inside the Facebook group this week. She actually shared some posters that she created because, excuse me, as a spoonie, you will know that the change of seasons can really have an effect on our conditions and our symptoms. We can have even more flare-ups. We can experience a lot of pain, and you really feel it in your bones. And I actually love the autumn despite the pain, because it is such a riot of color, and the leaves are changing and they are falling away, getting ready for excuse me, regeneration and growth. And I absolutely love the season. It helps that I have been obsessed with Halloween since I was a kid, but I absolutely love it. Hello, Mum. Welcome. I see leaving comments. So because Lisa shared her things that she loves about October and the autumn season, it really helps to embrace the season, even though you're in pain. Hello, Lisa. I'm just talking about your brilliant idea. It really does help, psychologically speaking, to embrace it and be excited about the season and remind yourself of all the good things about autumn or fall and why you may love the season or could potentially fall in love with the season. And because pain is a neurological response, being in a calm, relaxed, kind of embracing mood is going to help you actually reduce your pain levels. So it is a great idea from Lisa. It is something that I have always done, but it was just because I was inspired, not because I was trying to minimize my pain. And I was searching through all of my art journals for examples and things that I could show you tonight, maybe for inspiration. And I found this journal from 2012, and it's just all autumn. It's just all for fall and autumn. So I wanted to share some of my layouts that I've done in the past and give you a few alternate color palettes, because I know I posed that question in the group yesterday. Mum, tell me, what is your favorite autumnal color palette? I can nearly speak. I actually wore this necklace, but you can't see it. And this would probably be my favorite kind of something jewelly, maybe a bit darker burgundy shades and a little bit of gold in there. I think that's beautiful. Glitter, necessary, absolutely necessary. And look, I updated the gallery wall with our last two creations. Nope, this way. With our last two creations. So welcome, and I am excited to dig in this evening. How are you feeling at the moment? Because today I really noticed the change in temperature and I got real chilly and quite sore. So I was like, ooh. And it was quite a nice day the other day, temperature wise. So it really was just, oh yeah, the necklace is gorgeous. It was actually created by a lady in the group called Christine. The Joy Finery is her website, and she's based in Wisconsin. I absolutely love it. Although whenever I'm walking about, it just whacks off the top of my my jeans, my high-waisted jeans, mom jeans, keeping them high and tight, of course. Hi, Susan, welcome. I'm just showing off my lovely necklace made by Christine in the group in the Joy Finery. And I was just saying that this probably would be one of my favorite color palettes. I just like anything with jewels, and I think a touch of hot pink anywhere is necessary. So I am definitely excited to show you all of my journals, and I actually gathered a couple of notebooks and things, because one of my favorite things to do around this time of year is to create like a mood board. I actually love creating mood boards. I'll show you. I have an entire notebook for them. An entire notebook. So I don't have any autumnal ones in here, but I'll just show you. These are kind of, this was the vision board I did for my brand way back in 2009 when I started. And it just was all the colors, all of the textures, and lots of things that I love. And doing something like this is a lot of fun no matter what. I'll actually move this down a bit so you can see better. That makes more sense. Let me see, did I miss a page there? I think I did. Yes, I did. So this was my very first craft room kind of home office mood board that I created. This, again, just because I love pastels, this would have been for spring and summer. And this was whenever I was decorating the bathroom, house plans. Oh, that is nothing. This is, I absolutely love vintage style, vintage furniture, everything about this. And I have a lot of these aspects in my home. I've actually married a lot of the things you've just seen in the home. It's just a mixture of everything. This was a bit of work that I did. And this was a mood board I actually created for somebody's wedding. Oh, excuse me. Rachel. What on earth are mealybugs? Oh, that's, ugh. I just turned my mic off. Can you hear me? Accidentally, sorry, I was hitting the wrong thing there when I was getting Rachel's comment. So this was more work, excuse me. But again, more house plans, more style. And you absolutely know that I adore. Hi, Sandra, welcome. Hey, Fiona, welcome. I'm just showing off my favorite. I would always just pick things that, oh, that's an excellent autumnal color palette. Turns out I lied. Yes, this is my necklace in a collage. And my top. Oh, I've done it. I accidentally did it. So excuse me. Ugh. Mealybugs are teeny tiny and fluffy. Gross. Ugh. Yikes. No, thank you. So yeah, lots of my favorite kind of style. I think that's it. Nope, lots of purple at the back. And yeah, that's it. Like sitting and doing one of those collages is my absolute favorite thing to do. And I'm going to show you, like, you don't just have to go for traditional rustic shades. And I'm not just going to talk about color palettes today. That was just our conversation from yesterday, and it was so interesting because they were all so different. I love this kind of color palette, but I also love maybe black and white, like a bright, glittery turquoise, a wee bit of mustard, and black and white. They would be considered neutrals. So mustard and a wee bit of burgundy. I think that would be beautiful. So I'm just going to show you. I actually went through and marked my favorite kind of color palettes. You could get away with a pastel version for autumn. I kind of like the drama that comes along with the change of seasons, and I thought this was a beautiful color palette, especially the burgundies that are down here. Let me see. Far back. And I know this is all shabby chic, but it has a lot of burgundy, that lamp in particular, and this vintage, it's like vintage kind of, what do you call that? It's like an Art Deco kind of side table, console table, and I absolutely love it. I think it is gorgeous. I love the metallics. I love the burgundy over here. It's just soft and gentle, and it can be made dramatic with the addition of burgundies and things like that, or the addition of gold. But yeah, I love getting inspired for autumn. Oh yeah, I need to keep going for this because this is probably one of my favorite layouts that I've ever done. This one, just because I was inspired by this patch, or what do you call it? Oh my god, words, brain farts all day today. pile, words, honest to God, pile of vintage linens. And then I added this watercolor sticker. I added watercolor over just a background of paper. And I found this picture on the internet. How cute is this wee idiot? I had to just put him in there. And I literally, this page in particular, I was literally just cleaning my paintbrush on the page. And I love this layout. I've actually created this as, hey Becca, welcome. These are in a tutorial on my website. If you would like me to share, I absolutely will. I love drawing on leaves. I love painting leaves, preserving leaves, you name it. Because I think it is because I don't always work with darker colors. I am usually working with pastels. So whenever the weather changes, it is just the ideal time for me to get dramatic. And hey, Jillian! And this is just some collage paper that I added with leaves and watercolor that I got from Wilma Creates. And I have not finished it, but I absolutely love just whiling away the hours doing that. And it is such a fun thing to do when you are in the coziest room of your house. Maybe the fire is lit, maybe you've got candles on, the heat's definitely on. You could be wrapped up in an electric blanket and creating and spending that time just being creative and enjoying the entire process is an excellent way to be cozy, to reduce your pain and inflammation, to reduce your anxiety. And I loved your idea, Lisa. Can you tell? So I wanted to show you just a few more things that I know that I did. Like if the gold comes out, the gold and the dark pinks, then you know it's autumn for me. This is a finger painting that I did, and I just loved this shade of red. I really loved it, and it was a lot of fun to do. It literally, like, I was watching TV one day and the paint was in front of me and I just started dabbing and painting and just making a mess, and it didn't take very long to do. And these layouts don't have to take long to do for you to feel the benefit. So I saved a few things from my mood board notebook of like just autumnal colors that I would draw inspiration from. Like, I love this. I would draw this and maybe turn it into a mandala or add doodles inside. There you go. That's my nickname for my mum. And yeah, I think this in particular inspired me the most, and that's why I tore it out. Mum will tell you, every catalogue that has ever come into our house, like, she'll be like, where did page 359 to 400 go? Like, well, I have them. So I lifted out beautiful furniture or beautiful writing that I could cut out. I ripped this out for this, but then I saw these on the back and I was like, oh, I can't cut through those. This is just a card that I had from, do you know one of those, like, you can get like a pack of 10 cards in a tin with envelopes? One of those. Loved it. And this is just a collage of images that I found on Pinterest. See, mother can confirm. Catalog pages were always disappearing. I thought that this, because it's dramatic, because it's got purple, because it's got gold, perfect for the season. I would absolutely wear this as a blouse in autumn. I love it, and I love spending that time doing that sort of thing. So instead of doing an art project this weekend or this week, what I would love for you to do for me as your homework is go around your house or your craft room and find things that would match your favorite color palette and then post them in the Facebook group. And what I mean by that is, say you are inspired by this necklace and my top combo, like it was in the mood board notebook. I would gather these pens, I would gather thread in that color, I would gather yarn in that color, gather bottles of paint in that color, and then I would take a few photographs, and it doesn't have to be like fancy photography style or anything like that. Oh, I would add this card that Charlotte made to it because it's got the rose gold and the pressed flower, and I love it. It's got the neutrals there. It's got the purple inside. Don't know if you can see that because of the light. And then the rose gold. It's super glimmery. I love it. And I would gather this notebook. I would gather this notebook also. And I would see what ideas came to mind. And instead of just going ahead and creating them, I would jot down the ideas, or I would thumbnail, or do, what do you call that? Whenever you storyboard. I would storyboard the ideas, just really rough sketches of the layout ideas that I had. And I would scribble the colors. Let me see. Yeah, I agree with that. Yet there are some amazing, where is this from? So I know that Lakeland normally do things like Le Creuset, they did like a pumpkin orange pot set, but limited edition. They also did a pumpkin shaped thing. I almost lost my flipping mind. And I have little fake pumpkins over there somewhere. They're little like ceramic guys, and I have, like, I lusted after them for about 10 years because I saw them in the States, and then I finally found them in the UK and I had to get them. So they go out, all of the color comes down from my decor, and the gold goes out, the neutrals go out, the little pops of dramatic color go out, but just in small amounts. And yeah, so I want your homework to be a little vignette. So you can take a picture of the things that you've gathered. You can take a picture of the ideas that you got. You can create something and take a picture of that. You don't have to do all three, but if you want to share all three, you can also do that. I want it to be like a fun, creative scavenger hunt to really inspire you and motivate you. And if you don't feel up to doing that, that's okay. That's all right. I'm really glad that you're here. I'm really glad that you're watching. And I hope that even just me flicking through these journals will give you some inspiration or spark something. And if you find that you've had a spark of inspiration, please share it in the comments. I would absolutely love to know that. So I did this as a, so normally when I work, I would work in a couple of journals at once, because if the journals are like this and they're flat backs to them, I will have several of them open on the table at once so that I can just work on layout after layout after layout. So this page is actually the color palette I was choosing for something in this journal, and you'll see it in a minute. And let me see, I do have another one here. I thought these colors were good just purely because of the burgundy that was in there. And let me see what else. I don't think of anything more dramatic in here. It's more like pastel pop like this. So I just keep her lit. So this is the last of the journals that we're going through, and then we're just gonna have a chat. So where are we? I absolutely love these wee journals, but the shop that did them went out of business. I was so sad. They were from Poland and they were dirt cheap. They were so cheap. I stocked up. I got maybe 5 at once, and then they went out of business. I'm like, no. So this is a card. Yep, it's all a card that I received from somebody. This, I think, from like a House Beautiful magazine, and these are just some embellishments that I had around the place, some watercolors in the background. This was actually an image found on Pinterest from Anthropology magazine, and it's how to relish autumn. So you could build a fire, you could knit a sweater, you can take a long walk outdoors, go pumpkin picking, or bake something appropriately spicy like a pumpkin pie or apple pie, apple tart. Oh, I would love an apple crumble. Oh, and some custard. Oh, and some cream. I think these are 2 of my favorite. So this is just a bit of ephemera that I found. Oh, I think her name is the Graphics Fairy, and it's all about autumn. And I thought it was absolutely beautiful because autumn starts to chill the air until the trees look sad and bare. Time for fireside tales, underneath the lamplights glow. Makes you feel you want to sight now the summer's stolen by. Oh, sigh. Sorry, can't read. Makes you feel you want to sigh, now the summer's stolen by. But that sitting with the cat and just creating looks pretty special to me. And this is just pages ripped out of a book, and I used the end of just a glue stick, do you know, from the glue gun, one of those glue sticks, and dipped it in paint and did that to make the polka dots. And not everyone, one of these is a winner. This is from, I think, oh, it is a shop in Cornwall, Sea Salt. Their catalogue, always the most beautifully illustrated, and this color palette in particular was absolutely gorgeous. And I added just gold washi tape and a bit of paper and things like that. This I just kept for reference for future creations that I was going to be making. I love this. So what happened was I was part of a group of crafters who collectively created a lot of craft projects for an artist from Amsterdam. I really want to get the country right, but I'm almost sure. Elaine Pelenkoff, and she created a book. My project has been published in the book, and she sent me a whole load of fabric and a whole load of everything. So, oh no, this is actually just a picture of the fabric from that particular range printed on acetate over sewing pattern paper that was then like gessoed. Thanks very much. And then I journaled underneath it, and then I taped the acetate printed fabric over the top. And I love this layout too, because autumn. These bits here were created using a bottle cap and some ink. And yeah, these are definitely my favorite colors of the season. Even my mom, I'll tell you again, mom can confirm, burgundy and gold are like what I wear in the autumn. I love them. And this was from Frankie magazine, both of these illustrations and the background paper. And because it's spring there at the minute, and Frankie is an Australian magazine, they had definitely brighter colors. But I love the idea of pouring gold out of a teapot, some liquid gold. This again was from Sea Salt catalog. And yeah, like I said, you can go delicate and pretty in autumn. And you can always just, oh no, the page is falling out. Add in a touch of the dramatics with the shadows or with the flowers. Have you been saying it gesso? Yes, gesso. Did I say gesso? What did I say? I might have said it wrong. And this was from Kath Kidston catalogue, and I just love the smell of apple tart or apple crumble being baked. Love it. This, I did a little bit of embossing here with a stamp and some gold embossing powder. Oh yeah, that's what fell out. So this is just pushing. I love pushing. And this more House Beautiful catalog kind of tear outs. Let me see. Oh yeah, this was more magazine stuff. Pumpkin Spice Latte, I think possibly came from Anthropology as well. Yeah, it's gesso. Yeah. There we go. So this was the palette that I was referring to from that other journal, and I just loved this. I think this is from a Bowden catalogue, possibly. I thought it was just absolutely adorable, so I was just painting those wee slippers. I ended up getting my mum a burgundy pair. This, a leaf from the garden. I was just inspired because the colors were... What's a PSL? What have I missed? Thank you so much. Yeah, as I said, I love Halloween. And I think I love Halloween the most because I learned that it was created, a tradition of Ireland and Scotland. So it's an ancient pumpkin spice latte. There we go. Of course. I'm an Egypt. So yes, it is an ancient Celtic tradition. That's why instead of carving pumpkins, we would all have carved turnips, and that is more difficult than you would think. more difficult than a pumpkin because at least you've got the kind of space to get a bit of purchase. Turnips, you'd be cutting hands off right and quick. But yeah, I absolutely love Halloween. I love it. So these dolls here, they were my favorite, and I had to, of course, create like a little pink pumpkin in the corner. Oh, and I thought this little girl was so cute. I missed a page. And I absolutely love doing layers like this. So this is just brown paper, gessoed again, playing around with bottle caps, scrapbook paper, washi tape, and then stuff printed out off the internet. Oh yeah, here we go, into 2015. I just was inspired by leaves and the colours, my favourite colours again. I feel like I may be quite predictable. We're learning things today. And yeah, I love layering. I just love layering. This gal came from a Jules catalogue, I think. And this is just a little paper leaf that I sewed onto a tag. And these details came from Wilna Designs. And this is Glimmer Mist in the background. That is like 6 years later coming off on my hands. This came from Flow magazine. I think it is it Dutch? I think it's a Dutch magazine, but it's a mindfulness magazine, which I love to just remind myself to rest. And yeah, drawing on leaves, using one of my white pens to just doodle and draw and while the time away. And there's that leaf that I had taken from the garden that I was inspired by. Yeah, I think it could be the reason for mine too. I'm covered in glimmer mist because I have my degree in photography, and near to where I grew up there was this dramatic sorry, I got distracted by your other comment there, Becca. Thank you. There's this graveyard, but it has like these crypts and things, but it also has a ton of oak trees. Is it oak trees? No, it's not oak trees. What are the ones you get conkers from? Those trees. Tons of them everywhere. But whenever the leaves fell, it was just a riot of gold, and it was just so beautiful and such a dramatic place, and it was so good for taking photographs. So yeah, I want to know, are you sticking with your chosen color palettes from yesterday, or are you going to switch and change? Just reaching over to see if I had any thread to kind of go with my chosen colors. So let me see. Got a touch of orange in there. Got that black and white I like. What else? What else we got? We've got gold. Oh wow. Well, to be honest, we won't really get fully into autumn until maybe the end of September, and then winter lasts until April. That's how it usually lasts. What'd you miss? Oh, inside the group, I had just asked what the favorite kind of color palettes are for autumn, and everybody's answers were different, which I loved, and it was just interesting to see. So what's your favorite color palette for autumn is the question. And do you have things in your house to match your chosen color palette? And I've just seen another couple of journals that I didn't go through, so there might be more photos coming this week of things to inspire you. And whenever it comes to gathering things in your scavenger hunt, black and white would be considered neutral, as well as like brown paper or sewing pattern paper, like craft kind of paper, wooden beads, Hessian burlap would be great. Like a beige tweed would also be great. I would encourage you to find fabrics or lace or ribbons, whatever you have in your supply stash. It can be a lot of fun to go on these wee scavenger hunts, just as a creative exercise, just to get you out of the box instead of creating just art journal layouts all the time and that kind of thing. So, oh wow, you're getting ready for Halloween already? I love to really do autumn first and then, but I understand if you don't have an autumn really. So I like to do autumn first. So autumn colours and things that would look good in autumn, just in little vignettes around the house. So on top of the fireplace, and the artwork would be there as well. Just things to inspire me all season. And then I would get ready for Halloween, maybe the week before Halloween. I've got my little bat dress that I will be wearing, thank you, that I just love. I love Halloween. So I think next Friday we will be doing an autumnal layout or poster together. I really want you to think about the things that you love about Halloween. Did you hear that story about, I think she was in the UK, this woman in the UK, the neighbours called the police on her because they thought she had a dead body in the back garden, but it was actually just like half a Halloween decoration that she never put away. This was maybe in February or March. It was quite recent, far enough away from Halloween. We're like, yeah, you should have put that in the shed. Can you imagine? And I bet she does not talk to those neighbours anymore. But it really made me laugh. And I'm looking forward to creating something with you next week. I am going to dig through my supplies. I can already see my gold glimmer mist, so that's definitely going to be coming out. I am going to have to figure out which medium I'm going to use, like whether I will do it on an art journal page, whether I will do it on a scrapbooking page. Yeah, it's a lot of fun to do these things for yourself and make sure that you make the time to do them for yourself, even if you're busy, even if you've got family obligations. This time, not only are you relaxed when you're doing it, but you're feeling good because you're excited. I don't know about you, but a scavenger hunt for creative crafty things for this kind of project, really, I get very giddy, like I'm a kid. So I really want to try and help you to embrace that kind of joy and feed it into the season. I think working seasonally, especially when we're in pain, is going to be a great idea because whatever it is we can do to alleviate the pain and the anxiety that can come with that, which then exacerbates the pain, just makes it worse. And it's a kind of a horrible catch-22. Sorry, very sleepy today. Yes, I have seen that. But that Halloween story was this year. Sorry, I've got my wee jar of markers here, an old Anthropology candle jar holding everything. I think that this is a beautiful color as well to add in. I'm wondering, could I could add it in with that palette, definitely. A little bit of gold. So that's going to be part of my scavenger hunt. And this card already, and that rose gold, I think I might go for as well, and burgundy. So I will be doing the scavenger hunt aspect and taking pictures. Oh my word. Yeah, you guys go all out in the States. It's pretty impressive. I would absolutely love to visit a house just totally, completely decked out for Halloween. Doesn't have to be haunted. I don't need any of that. No, thank you. I just need to see the decorations. That's what I get excited about. So how's everybody doing this week? I have quit coffee and all I can think about now is a pumpkin spice latte with cream. And at Christmas, like every Christmas for the past 10 years, I have just non-stop been drinking hazelnut flavoured coffee. Don't know what I'm going to do this year. I'll just have to eat a load of apple pie. I don't know. Just the smell of the spices for apple pie as well. You only think, oh. See, I went off it completely because I thought the smell of it would just crucify me. I just like, no, I can't have any of it. I can't have nice things. But yeah, I think I might have to go exploring. I really got in the mood to bake something today, I don't know if that's got anything to do with the fact that my neighbors have like the biggest cooking apples on a tree. And I'm like, oh yes, just a matter of time before I get me some apple crumble. Which is, I think that it reminds me of the time when my granny would have been baking those like non-stop, and just the smells. Lovely. And custard. Now I'm starving. Ooh, I like the way your brain works, Jillian. I've got that stuff here in the house. I could do it right now. I'm going to do it right now. Oh, why didn't I think of that today? I was dying for something sweet earlier, and you know when you've just nothing in the house, not even nuts, not nothing. I had like a jar of pumpkin seeds. No, I just want sugar, something sugary and chocolate. So yeah, I might do that. You're a genius, Jillian. Thank you. And I'm excited now for next week. Sorry, I've gone into space because I'm like, oh, I could paint this, I could paint that. We could do a finger painting project like that flower that I did, because it's quick and it's easy and it won't require an awful lot of drying time. And we could talk about the layers that you can use as well. Let me see, where to go. Although this layout was really quick, I didn't decoupage or anything, I just used like Pritt stick. And the gesso drying time is really quick because it just is. That's the way it is. Where did my flower thing? Is it two stuck together? Perhaps. Was it in this journal or the other one? Quite off if it was in the other one. I say quite off, not really. Yeah, it was in the other one. Next one. This one. I think that it would be good on one of those like wee square canvases like we did before, that's now up on the gallery wall. Ta-da! Our work has made it to the wall. I love the tree project so much. I decided not to frame it, and I did decide to keep the kind of 3D leaves, and there's your zebra drawing, Becca. So yeah, I am definitely looking forward to it. I think a finger painting canvas would be a lot of fun, especially for the season. So now I'm going to have to dig through all of my paint to see if I've still got that red burgundy shade, and I think that I use proper acrylic, you know, not craft paint, because it's got quite a fair bit of texture in it. So I think that will be a lot of fun. And I will say thank you very much for joining me. Don't forget your homework. I will be sure to post the homework in the group as well. It's like 3 different options that you can choose really about what you're going to do or what you plan to do with me next week. Will you paint along, or will you watch along and paint later? Because that is a-okay. I know that tons of you watch first and then create later. That's fine. As long as you're getting that creative time into your week, that's all I want. And I want you to feel good while you're doing it. And what else? Oh yeah, Monday. Oh, let me see. Oh, yay, you bought a magazine. Woohoo! I think, what magazine did you buy? I think I just would find any magazines. I love the Good Housekeeping magazines because they're really good for texts and colors and shades, and I love the home decor ones because that's what I love. I love home decor. And I think if you implement all that stuff in your artwork and things, you will absolutely love and enjoy the process. Catalogs, free catalogs are pretty good as well. Although I think Next and places like that charges for their catalogs. Mum, is that true? There are lots of places where you can get free catalogs. I know Sea Salt used to do them. I know Anthropology may still do them, and they do really cool artistic-y ones. I know the White Company offers catalogs, but I think that's quite monotonous, just very dull and blank. There is a fake flower company called Bloom UK, and they do free catalogs. That's where I got this picture from, because they always do seasonal like arrangements. All of these are faux flowers that you can buy. So I really love Bloom UK. Yeah, me too, Rachel, me too. I absolutely love it. Love it. I create a scene, just a complete scene, like I am staging a window for a shop or something. I absolutely love that kind of stuff. I think that would be a perfect job for me. Window decorating. Well, sure, at least you got it. Oh, whoops, this one. That's good. Well, Rachel, now you know that you're going to have to take pictures every time that you do that, so, and share them in the group, because I will want to see. Oh yes, final notice. I mean, we're wrapping up. I have a notice before we go. On Monday, we won't be doing a coaching session. Thank you very much. I absolutely love that you come and join me, but I'm just taking a day off that Monday because I forgot last Monday was a bank holiday. So I'm just catching up, and I will be back the following Monday. Definitely be back on Friday for some finger painting. And I am excited to get started on my scavenger hunt, and I'm going to have to start digging out and see if I can find my wee pumpkins. They're like just wee tiny gourds and pumpkins, and they're like white and green and orange. I almost said purple there. Orange, different shades of orange as well. I've broken a couple of them and just no super glued a couple back together, and then there were a few that just were not salvageable at all, but I absolutely love them. I agree. I don't have the energy for that work either, but I think it would be perfect for me. I could sit and I could delegate. I'll be the ideas person. I could do that. I could come up with the concept and just tell people what to do. But yeah, I love that kind of stuff. Absolutely love that kind of stuff. I knew I liked you, Rachel. So thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you have a great day. And if you're in the UK and feeling a bit chilly, I hope you're not too cold or sore. I am going to go downstairs and get into my other electric blanket and stay toasty with the cat, and then figure out where I'm going to go scavenging tomorrow. I've got threads in front of me that I can already see I'll be gathering up, and some like measuring tape ribbon that looks really good. It's got like a cottony stuff on it. Oh, excuse me while I turn this off. But thank you so much for joining me. I absolutely love this time every week, and I'm just so grateful and humbled that you show up and that you actually do your homework and send it to me or share it in the group. And just, I love you all to bits. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful weekend. All right, bye.